What's up, Mystery Wild fans? If you click this video, I assume you're a fan of the unknown, unsolved, and unbelievable things we talk about on this channel. So do us a favor and click the like, subscribe, and the little bell notification. That way, I don't have to tell you to do it at the end of the video. Anyway. Joseph Helt, 17, of Ellenville, New York, was last seen partying with his friends at an abandoned ski lodge in the outskirts of town on the night of January 16, 1987. They went out for a late-night drive when their vehicle got stuck in a snowy ditch near Sam's Point. Joe reportedly walked down the mountain alone to get help. He never made it back and was never seen again. His family reported him missing on January 17th when he didn't show up for work at the auction barn in Napanock. Snow flurries had just begun to fall over the village of Ellenville, New York on the evening of Saturday, January 17, 1987, in what would soon turn into a treacherous snowstorm. It was around 5:30 p.m. when single mother of four, Lee Ann Houseman, got a call that would change her life forever. Her son's boss at the Napanock auction barn called to ask why the teenager had not shown up for work. Leanne knew her son had been out the night before, but it was uncharacteristic for him to not show up for work. They told me Joe hadn't shown up for work that night, and well, I just got this sinking feeling. At that moment, I knew, I don't know how, but I knew something bad had happened. Beth Churchill, Joseph's aunt, told Dateline. According to witness statements provided by New York State Police, Joe was partying with some friends at Mount Cathalia, an abandoned ski lodge turned popular hangout spot just outside of Ellenville. Late into the night and into the early morning hours of Saturday, January 17th, the partying continued. Joe and three of his friends, John LaForge, Wade Marks, and Kelly Diaz, eventually left the lodge for a late-night drive in LaForge's Subaru. At some point, the vehicle became stuck in the snow on the side of Sam's Point Road, a road that winds through a preserve in Shawagunk Ridge. After multiple attempts to get the car out, a frustrated Joe walked down the mountain alone, in the dark, in an effort to find help, his friends told police. It was the last time Joe was ever seen. Joe's family filed a missing persons report on January 17th with the Ellenville Police Department, and a massive search was launched immediately that weekend. The small village department was soon joined by New York State Police, forest rangers, and family and friends. They utilized helicopters and tracking dogs and scoured miles of land that consisted of caves and deep crevices, but the snow kept falling, and it was not letting up. New York State Police investigator Holly Schoonmaker, the current investigator on the case, told Dateline that numerous search efforts were conducted over the days, weeks, and months following the missing person report, but added that snowfall and ice that weekend made the search efforts extremely difficult. After several days of searching, their efforts were ultimately halted by the snowstorm, which lasted long into the week. Searches resumed in the spring when the snow had melted and the frozen ground had thawed, but there was no trace of Joe. Not even one of his shoes or a piece of clothing. It's like he just disappeared into thin air, Beth said. But a person doesn't just disappear. Something happened to him. I felt it that night, and I still feel it. In 2011, 24 years after Joe's disappearance, some of his classmates were planning a class reunion when his name came up. They decided to take action. They created a Facebook page, held vigils, rallied for answers. Rumors and theories of Joe's fate continued to swirl and began to cause tension on the Facebook page, with many pointing fingers at the three friends whom Joe had last seen that night. The page was ultimately shut down. Captain Trapoto told the New York Times in 2011 that the New York State Police interviewed two of the friends, Diaz and Marks, both of whom were Joe's classmates, as well as LaForge, who was 21. He added that the men abandoned LaForge's car and walked home shortly after Joe left. Though authorities initially considered these three men persons of interest who offered us information, Captain Trapoto said, the police found no evidence of a crime. He added that the efforts to interview the men again throughout the years were unsuccessful. Joe would be turning 53 this summer if he were still alive. At the time of his disappearance, he was described as being 5'9", 150 pounds with blonde hair and brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a camouflage jacket, t-shirt, long-sleeved thermal shirt, gray hooded sweatshirt, and white tennis shoes. Anyone with information on Joe's case is asked to call the New York State Police at 845-626-2800. His case is number SJS3009202. You can also contact the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children at 1-800-843-5678. Joe's case number is 115036-2. What do you guys think happened?